Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel for some more Samurai Warriors 4 2. So this is a continuation of the first run of my Unlimited Castle challenge. This will be the part from the 50th floor till the 64th floor when I died. So those of you who did not actually watch this series of the Unlimited Castles challenge from the beginning, you might be curious to know that if you actually died on the certain floor, will you be able to maintain what you've achieved up to the point of death? Well, unfortunately, no. You actually lose everything that you've got on your way, like the money you received, as well as the items that you actually picked up, like the horses, as well as weapons. Coming back to the game though, so those of you who are watching this for the first time, what we're doing right now, I guess, is more like a looting challenge. The Unlimited Castle is actually a new mode incorporated first in the Samurai Warriors Chronicles 3, which is released on the 3DS platform as well as the PlayStation Vita platform. So the Unlimited Castle is usually, I guess, from our fans, is known as the place where you want to, I guess, grind a lot to get the stuff required for you to either upgrade your weapons or save money, etc, etc. So what you have to do is you can actually choose different characters to go through this challenge. It's not fixed. It really depends on how you want to run this game, and basically the challenge is you could make it through 100 floor. This is how I interpret it, because I guess the only information we have now is that I think the maximum floor is 100. Going past a certain number of floors actually reward you, I guess, like something, because I remember there's a few times you get your health restored, or either that you get more time. It really depends. It actually shows you what, I guess, rewards for going past a certain, I guess, floor. In the beginning, which you might have to go back to the first video because I don't remember anymore. I only played it once, and that time was me totally very sleepy in the midnight. So previously, I guess, from my challenge before, you already know that the main drill is every floor you go to, there is a set of missions that you have to complete before being able to proceed to the next floor. So basically there's only a few type of missions that you can actually do. Take out a certain number of grunts, or take out a certain number of officers slash warriors, or take out shadow warriors, which you've seen in the very purpley, I guess, battle. So getting ready for the final part. We are now on the final part, of course, so like I mentioned, you will have to take out occasionally Shadow Warriors, like we are facing off Hattori Hanzo right now. What are the Shadow Warriors? They're actually, I guess, demonized version of the characters, and damn man, they did some alterations to the character voices, and they sound really eerie, because I'm playing that before during the nighttime, and I'm recording right now at nighttime, so it's kind of scary. Those of you who thought that, hey, how do you die on the 64th floor when you're actually cruising on the 50 right now? The thing is, every 10 floor, they actually progressively gets harder. I don't think it's 10 floor, it's actually every 20th floor. Starting from 20, everything gets harder, and then 40, and then I guess 60 and 80, because right now I'm on 51, and so far, like you could see, I'm not having much of an issue. And so yeah, those of you who actually ask, if you make it to 100, is there anything special that you get to unlock? Speaking of which, I checked the Wikia of Japan. They actually say that if you manage to go through 100, you could unlock the, I guess, the special ending to the game, because the endings that you see after every campaign that I've completed actually isn't the, I guess, the full ending. And I was like, that's bullshit, right? How could you not get the full ending if you completed every single, I guess, campaign, minus the DLC? Speaking of the DLC though, I actually purchased every single DLC item, which I have not downloaded yet, because, you know, I want to finish what I left off, like the all-time Unlimited Castle challenge. So I would want to finish this first, and then I'll play every single campaign available up till today, which is the third, well, not really, the 3rd of March as in American Standard Time. I'm in Hong Kong right now, so it's 4th of March. Right now they only have 8 scenarios, which, judging from the names though, sound pretty interesting. They give me a screenshot, and the screenshot obviously didn't tell me a lot. But I know the last battle is called the Final Showdown at Sekigahara, which I presume it's going to be, I guess, a parallel universe thing. Because one of them says the false, I guess the false story of Honoji, which I read the introduction in the shopping screen. It says that Mao Nobunaga, like the Demon King Nobunaga, is resurrected and he has come back for revenge. And I was like, holy bananas, what the fuck are you guys planning to do? And obviously because I've bought every single one of them, so we will know what they're schemed for, and I'm kind of excited. Like I've said, I actually purchased everyone's DLC clothes for the female characters because I purchased it after I recorded this video. And those of you who actually are curious, I am not doing a instantaneous commentary for, I guess, my Unlimited Castle Challenge, except for the theme rooms, because those were actually very short videos, so obviously my recordings won't mess up. At least I hope they won't in the future also. Like I've mentioned, those DLC clothes were kind of unexceptionally expensive compared to the scenarios, because each, I guess, piece of garment is the price of downloading one battle scenario. I said I've downloaded everything. Actually, I lied. There's actually 6 extra BGMs that you could download, but I'm not really a BGM type of person. I'd rather get the, I guess, soundtrack after they come out, so obviously I bailed out on that. Speaking of which, because I don't have a Japanese credit card, so I usually go charge in, I guess, those yen credits for the PSN shop, so yeah, those are pretty handy if you actually decide to purchase a Japanese copy of this game for whichever console that you actually want to play it on. If you also wanted to download the DLC, feel free to actually look up on Amazon or eBay for those, I guess, credit, like PSN credits. I'm not selling this like advertising for anyone. I'm just saying that for people who actually struggle with the same stuff as I do, this might be a solution. Haha, ninja power, I can actually do double jumps, which is something incorporated, if I haven't mistaken, in 4. But the ninja double jump, actually no, maybe it was in Chronicles, I don't remember, but they don't have it originally in 2, so like 2 and 1, they don't have the ninja double jump to pass through a certain area. So, speaking of which, I guess after completing, I guess, the main Unlimited Castle Challenge, how do I feel about this game? Because I think this is about the right time for me to actually give a review on it. Honestly speaking, for hack and slash genre, the Koei Warriors franchise is always doing a very good job, I have to say. How do I find this series up till this point? Like, honestly speaking, if you're in for a lot of new surprises, I guess there's not really much of a difference except for like physically visible graphical improvement. I guess apart from that, there's really not much new stuff incorporated into this installment, except for, I guess, Naomasa, as well as, I guess, 5 to 7, 8 battles that are previously not in the 4 game. But many of these actually are, I guess, alterations to what actually happened in 4, and of course alterations to what happened in history in general. So I guess it's more like if you play Dynasty Warriors, it's the if scenario. But coming back though, all in all, but they did a very good job on actually making each campaign a very nice story to, I guess, learn about the Koei universe's rendition of these characters, as well as getting to know a bit more background stories towards the new characters introduced in 4 as well as in Chronicles 2. Because I think there's 3 characters. I'm pretty sure Naotora as well as Takatora is introduced in Chronicles 2. because in the commercial for our good old 4, there was only 5 characters. Is it 5? 5 new characters introduced. It's Sanada Nobuyuki, it's Hayakawa Dono, Matsunaga Hisahide. Well, actually, there's more than 5, but there's like a certain number of new characters introduced, and fortunately, Ii Naotora wasn't part of it. So, those of you who are not familiar with what is Samurai Warriors Chronicles, it's actually one of the, I guess, mainstream handheld franchise of the Samurai Warriors installment. Those of you who are gonna argue with me and go like, well, every single Samurai Warriors game since 4 actually have their official release on the PSV also. But here's the thing though. Originally, Chronicles was their, I guess, marketing technique to expand the reach of the franchise onto the Nintendo console, not console. It was the first and the second installment of the Chronicles genre is actually intended for the 3DS system of Nintendo. But obviously, a lot of people go like, but we like better graphics, because I guess Koei as well as PlayStation in general were the big daddies of graphics. Although right now the Xbox does very well too. But you know, like before the Xbox was a thing in the early 2000s, I guess the PlayStation was always the, I guess, the leader in good graphics. Obviously, before the release of that, you can argue that, hey, Sega Dreamcast, the Sega systems were way better. And die-hard fans of Nintendo will go like, fuck you, Annie. Nintendo is revolutionary. Everyone have their favorite. And arguing that is just ridiculous, because just like I like to eat broccoli, you don't, so. But I'm just saying that, I guess, average all the, I guess, different consoles available throughout history, PlayStation series has been I guess, the very first to actually do pretty well on graphics, I have to say. Those of you who actually, I guess, played console exclusive games like Infamous series, like the Infamous Second Son, Infamous First Light, as well as the recent release of the Order, I think it's like 1886. The exclusive, I guess, titles actually do much better in, I guess, the visuals, because they fully utilize the PlayStation 4, I guess, graphical extremes. And for the good old Infamous Second Son, they actually did a very good incorporation of the new touchpad. Like, you can actually do spray paint and shit, like, with your helpful touchpad. But I don't know, like, I played Rise Son of Rome, and it's a Xbox One exclusive, and those of you who are interested to know, I actually own an Xbox One, of course. Xbox One exclusive, it actually looks awesome. Even like the launch title, The Dead Rising 3, which I also happen to own and played and beat the shit out of it. No, I did not do overtime mode, but you know, like the graphics were supreme, and like this, like of course there is pop-in textures, I have to say, but compared to what usually happens with, I guess, cross platform games like Call of Duty as well as the Dynasty Warriors franchise, it is done a very good job. I had to give that to Microsoft, because you know Microsoft is famous for making, I guess, computer hardware and stuff, so obviously making a gaming console wouldn't be that much of a, I guess, a weak point to them. So for those of you who actually kept up with the video, like what I'm doing up till this point, you have probably noticed that although I still plow through the game, seemingly doesn't look like I'm actually struggling a lot, but if you actually listen to me play firsthand when I messed up my recording that night, I was literally like losing my shit, because look at my HP, it's actually in the yellow already. And of course, just when I say that, it became red. So the only reason why when I'm commentating on this, I didn't sound as, I guess, historically going hyper like I did when I was playing the game. First of all, this is, I guess, second time watching myself playing through this, because I'm doing post commentary. Second of all, really the drill is like I've told you, it's either you take out a certain number of normal soldiers, or you take out a certain number of warriors that show up, or you take out a certain number of officers, and then you could proceed to the next level. The drill is whatever is the mission that's thrown to you, complete that and you're good to go. So aside from that, I really don't know what's like so special about it. Obviously, I guess from the perspective of playing though, that was really a clutchy sensation. Although you guys could have noticed that after I moved up to the 56th floor, I actually got back some of my health. Obviously, there is a system of reward after you complete a certain number of floors, but I don't remember particularly they actually give you rewards in mid-gameplay. So obviously, once again, like every single Koei Warriors franchise, you definitely know that they're actually, every time when you come up against, I guess, archers, that's the death of you in higher difficulties. No matter if it's playing this unlimited city mode, or actually, you know, like playing the, I guess, normal gameplay when you choose hard and above. Speaking of which, the only reason I survived up to 64 is because I gained a level just now. It's either gaining a level or actually achieving another 1,000 like kill streak. Every 1,000 kill streak, it rewards you with full Muso as well as full Dengi, and possibly, I guess, full health. I don't remember is full health part of it, but frankly, I'm very glad that I did, because had I not get the reward, I could have just died right on the spot there. So, like I've said, because the difficulty significantly went up afterwards, so you would see me constantly using my character skills, and I stopped using my monetary skills to gain more gold, and of course my character is constantly being like reduced in health. Because for some reason, like see, they give you the type of battle, like literally the moment you walk out, there's gonna be either archers, gunners, rifles, snipers and stuff, and then obviously, like the situation where when you are like completely in like a really bad situation, you're like a freaking sitting duck, because the soldiers on the side actually wield rifles too, and the soldiers behind you, I don't know what's their detection radius, but had they be having really good detection radius, I would have been shot to death. And obviously, another really big reason why I kind of struggled is because, like, sometimes whenever you play like these smaller maps, the AI always squish you onto the side of the walls, and I don't know if you guys actually saw my main playthrough of the every single campaigns available until the DLC, is that every time whenever I get myself in really clutchy situations, it's always almost every time related to the freaking, like, you know, the camera angles. Like, they have weird collision detection. That's all I have to say. It's like you get yourself close to, I guess, a corner or like the side of the wall or something, or the side of the river, then your character literally, if you go back to, I guess, third person viewing front like what I'm doing right now, high chances are you actually get shunted to a very weird angle, and all you can see of your character is your head. Well, sometimes you get to see like half torso, and then that's it. And then obviously for like, I guess, clutchy situations like just now, it's ridiculous, right? Because you don't know where your opponent is, and you can't tell what's happening like to the surroundings, so that was pretty bad. Speaking of which, I actually checked out, I think the Unlimited Castle challenges differs every time you enter as a different character. But so far I haven't done a second playthrough of this, so I can't really, I guess, like tell you guys if that was true. But you know, if that's not true though, that's gonna be even another reason for me to not come back again. Because yeah, I get it, you can make a lot of gold, you can make a lot of, I guess, special weapons, maybe a 5-star weapon for you if you are lucky enough to actually play with a weaker character. But okay, people, I died at 64 like level, and that took me, I guess, 1 hour and 30 something, almost 1 hour and 40 minutes worth of gameplay. That was me, although yes, I admit I was sleepy during that playthrough. I was kind of not doing my best, But for sake of YouTube, of course, I'm trying harder than usual, and I still took, like with a level 50 character and 5-star weapon, I still took forever to finish this. So, like I've said, it's you know, like, it's a thing. So, for, I don't know, coming back to the review of this game, honestly speaking, it's not worth it. Like, I know that my playlist didn't add up to a very long time. Like, if you skip every single, I guess, dialogue before the battle, you might only have, I guess, 30 to 40 hours worth of gameplay, depending on how hard you want to play, how hardcore you are as a, I guess, this Koei warrior type of hack and slash genre, how good you are at playing these. Because if I go beast mode off screen, I could really, like, just get a lot of stuff easily. Like, you know, I got Nene's weapon, I guess, in, like, 9 minutes. Like, yeah, people were like, oh, that's still too long. Well, I guess 9 minutes meaning that you already done the battle. That's kind of okay, judging from the fact that normal battles actually give you a curtain time of 1 hour. Like, I don't know, it's just like, sometimes if you're doing talking as well as gaming, like I've told you, it's just ridiculous that after certain levels, I guess every 20 level, like you know, I am totally not doing any damage starting from this point on. And then, had I been a slower character to Uesui Kaikatsu, I could have just died on the 58th floor. So that's me being in my desperado, trying my best to, like, take him out. Obviously, if I don't take him out, I can't go upstairs, right? So this is already you guys looking at me suffering greatly on this floor. And I'm interested to know, how could I even make it to 100 though? Will I be actually recording me beating this? Probably, maybe. But I would just, like, delete everything up till the point I reached, like, I guess the last 20 levels from 80 to 100. That would probably be something good to see. Or maybe it's just gonna show you guys me starting from 65th level to, I guess, like, a few parts until I reach 100. I don't know, because I guess the coming few days I start to have more, like, after, I guess, performance work to follow up to, so I might not have that much time to actually record for you guys, which, my apologies. I'm sorry for not being a very proper YouTuber, but in compensation for you guys, actually, like I've mentioned earlier in the video, I purchased every single scenario available for downloads. So you guys could be expecting that coming up on my channel. So basically, we're almost on to the part which I unfortunately got myself ass kicked and died in. Not died it, but you know, I purposely said it just to make myself sound funny, which in turn make myself sound like an prick. Coming back to the game though, you know, I'd say if you're actually, like, into some stress relief and hack and slash, since there is not really a new release of the Devil May Cry series, so there's not a lot of, I guess, mainstream installments of the usual franchises of, you know, hack and slash games. It's not really a bad deal, and plus, those of you who actually really don't care what they're saying and don't give a crap about how things are going, like, you're not gonna look at, like, the historical references and shit. You really don't need, I guess, a English version of the game to actually enjoy the game. It's the controls are almost identical to, like, Dynasty Warriors, except for the fact that they actually have the like, shut up. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So I was pretty lucky, you know, I died early. And those of you who are curious, did you die to, I guess, a battery failure on your controller? The answer is no, of course not. I died because I died to a massive attack up my face. So basically, I don't know, I would suggest you getting this game. Like, I don't do any partnership with anything for my channel. Had I did that, I probably won't have a measly, like, below 100 subscribers, which I'm not, like, looking down or, like, having any negativity towards that. I'm just saying that, for those of you who actually found me, unlimited thankfulness to you guys. But honestly, for a channel like mine that doesn't do advertisement, I don't have a official whatever, like, Twitter and etc. I don't play those stuff like for my channel, and I don't tell my friends like only. Ooh. Did you hear that, man? That was creepy as fuck. Basically, I don't really advertise myself. I just play and upload. And those of you who actually stumbled by and liked my content, thank you guys. Your support is what makes me have the, I guess, the courage and motivations to continue. Although I actually really like playing and uploading. It's just like leaving voice messages off the internet for you guys. So, like a unique experience. Some kind of, I guess, cyber time capsule thing. So basically, up to this point, you already know the drill. Like, if you see any non-officer, like warrior class opponents, just don't be too shy to use your Muso, because like their attacks are lethal, man. Just look at 1 or 2 scraping from these bosses. I just got my butt handed back to me. So yeah, like, I don't know what's the frequency of actually meeting up with these Shadow Warriors, but I notice every single 10 levels, I think it's like every 10 levels, you actually get to fight off one, I guess, Shadow Warrior. So I guess that's how it rolls. Are they fixed, or do you get to get different Shadow Warriors? From the Japanese Wikia, they said you get different, but I myself never tried it, so maybe I tried a few times. I could tell you guys if that's true, but honestly, seriously, it doesn't really make much of a difference. It's just the, I guess, hardcore madness after you proceed post 40 level. Like, obviously before that you saw like I am cruising my way down the game, but after that, oh my lord, man, like so many clutches. Like every time, even though I tried really hard not to suit up, but then like I just usually get myself stomped, attacked, like by several officers in one go, like, ugh, the situation was messy. Like this right now, like I'm being ambushed by more than one. Fortunately, I am not shy to use my whatever, like, I guess measures I could, like Muso. If I must have to, I would use my Nengi, which I remember I did using it a lot in, I guess, close to my death, because we're on the 61st floor already, and I died at 64, which means seriously though, yeah, so I guess the commonality of going beyond 40 is that there are like much more samurai warriors challenging you than the, I guess, the first 30 floors. Like, the number of actual samurai warriors coming after your ass is unreal. Like, every single floor now, see? Like I said just now, like every single floor actually has at least 1 or 2 samurai warriors awaiting to just whoop your ass. I'm pretty sure usually for those characters like Nohime, or I guess paired up characters like Ine with Senna Nobuyuki, usually both of them actually... Okay, now I remember how I actually freaking got myself destroyed in 64th because 64th floor. It's because on this floor, Nohime, she was famous for using her, I guess, bombs. And I don't know where those, like, bomb-throwing motherfuckers were from. And, like I said, the camera angles just now are so wonky that I can't see shit. And unfortunately, I didn't, like, get, like, 14,000, I guess, hits, like, kills. So I didn't get my boost of health, and I literally was struggling the shit out of myself to get... And see, there are so many, like, traps for me to die easier because there's so many, I guess, rifle, like, shooting mofos there. So I ended up just, like, basically every single thing I come into contact with, I just use my freaking Muso. And damn, he just doesn't go down. Like, from that point, I got so nervous, I didn't even, like, press the D-pad down to activate attack up. I just literally just try my best to not die. Ooh, Jesus. Just look at the slither of health. So yeah, I remember how I literally got my ass handed back to me because obviously, like, had you seen, like, if you rewind back where I battled Nohime just now, it was hideous. Like, I don't know where, like, people were dropping bombs from because the bomb dropping character's model actually looked really much like the ninjas just now were charging. Also, they look really much like those with a wooden shield that literally if you bounce on them, you would get like bounced back out. So this is the, I guess, infamous 63rd floor because, like I've said, I'm on the verge of freaking dying, and still I have not like come to the like I guess epiphany that I should be using attack ups. Well, now I did, but you know the damage is done because look at me, man. I have like barely enough health to like I guess not die in this level. Although that you know like I'm definitely just like cheating my ass off like using all full-fledged Musou attack like on every single person I come in contact with. But honestly though, really though, like I know I could remember like back then when I was playing this like alone at night, I was like, what the frick? Like how am I gonna reach 100? I was still thinking about reaching 100. I was like, come on, like gain a level, man. Jesus, gain a level and like I'm all good. And obviously the wish of gaining a level before I reached 64th floor didn't go through, so I died the next floor. So foreshadowing. Basically, I guess from this point I was so in a panic mode that I literally just started just jamming the buttons as if it's gonna work out for me. And obviously those of you who actually played enough of this type of game, you know that jamming the freaking button does nothing to you. Like, that's of zero freaking help. So much for that, right? But obviously, back to the Unlimited Castle, it's pretty challenging. A very good, I guess, stress reliever, etc. Including this into this 4-2 game is pretty nice. Like I've told you, ooh, one of the unlockable characters in the Unlimited Castle challenge. Which, foreshadowing, they are not unlockable here. These two characters are only unlockable in the, I guess, motif room challenge, which I already unlocked Miyamoto Musashi in the first room, the Room of Heroes. Sasaki Kojiro is actually unlockable in, I think, the third room. I don't know if it's the fourth room, because the third room is called the Room of Dexterity, which not really, to me, is what matched the theme of Kojiro, but you know what, you have to make it cool. I guess, like, maybe you could just spin off him as a very speedy, ooh, yes, he's the definitely, like, this mofo, so overpowered. I got killed by him, I remember that. Like, I tried just literally just unloading my Musou on him, but, you know, sad story is, even I unloaded like 3 times in a row, he just, this mofo, this tanky little mofo does not want to go down. He refuses to go down and give me a, I guess, a, like, revenge strike, and... See, I unloaded, like, oh, actually, he did go down. But he took me 5 fucking Musous to take him out. And then, I think his uncle, like, Yoshihiro, come back, give me one day-to-day little, like, hammer in the face, and... Yep, literal interpretation of hammered. Like, dead. Yo, dead. See? Oh, actually, no. Did I die to some random freaking loser? Like, really? For real? That's how I died? Is that how epic my death was? Like, I died to not even a samurai warrior? Because I hope not, man. That would be embarrassing, man. Then I would be like, do I still want to upload this crap? So I got to the 65th floor, apparently. I don't remember, man. I remember I died in the 60s, so... Yeah, man. That was just unfortunate. Because... previously, like you guys seen, like in the last battle I took out Nohime, there are so many bomb throwers and I don't know which one is, which one isn't, and I could not afford to waste time on trying to take out every single one, because had I wasted time I probably would have just get myself on the same like moment that I try to take out the bombers, I would have get ambushed too. That, you know, like took a big chunk of my health, and now I'm just struggling to survive, and obviously this Toyohisa mofo just revived and tried to take me out, and yes, I told you, he took me out. It took me freaking 5 different Musou attacks to take him out, and that one just now did not even face him, so yep, there you go. The aforementioned death scene from the first freaking, and look at her, man, all sprawled down, like face planted on the floor. Haiboku desu ne, I lost. So unfortunately, took me long enough. I actually have a lot of time left. Of course I lost, so the money becomes 0. See, like you cannot bring anything away. So actually there's 100th floor according to this, and I achieved up to 60th floor, and I unlocked Goemon as well as Imagawa Yoshimoto. So that was my first challenge of the Unlimited City. So originally, before I actually stopped recording, I was trying to say thank you guys for watching. So next up would be the themed rooms of the Unlimited Castle. So peace out.